What's up, Peep Squad is in the building, baby. What's going on, my peeps, my peoples? What is good? Let's get into this situation with Tamar. Get your life. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Tamar, you need to run, girl. Run for the border. You need to bounce. You need to leave. You need to get away. Because David has his own mind and thought what he think that you should be and what you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to be. And basically he see you making changes, but he don't think he needs to make any changes, point blank, period. I was just like, Lord have mercy, what's going on with this situation? David is very controlling. And the way that you see David treat Goldie, it's a situation too as well, because the way he's treating Goldie by ignoring her and acting like she doesn't exist and don't want to have conversations with her, and basically having that threat over her that, you know what, I can pull Tamar from this situation. I can tell Tamar not to be involved with you. I have control over Tamar. Who are you to come in and manifest her dreams and her thoughts or anything else like that? So it's basically the way that you see David dangling that carrot over, you know, Goldie's head is a situation of how he probably dangles his love and his respect over Tamar's head, where Tamar feel like she has to give in to him. She has to give him everything, give him her all, almost like he's not her boyfriend or her partner, but also like her father. Like she needs somebody to tell her what to do. Once Tamar started telling herself what to do and when she needs to do and how she needs to do it, and work on herself and work on believing and what she manifests and what she thinks and believes in, and the things that she thinks she can accomplish can happen. But David is a mess out here in these streets. Lord have mercy. David was supposed to be sitting down having a conversation with Goldie. He's not even out there trying to have a conversation, where he starts a conversation, then he leaves and go do what he needs to do. He messed around with the kid. He messed around with Tamar and everything else like that. It seems like every time that Tamar is angry or she's frustrated, it has something to do with David. Only other time she wasn't upset and frustrated is when they wanted her to go to a break house. You know what I mean? Break stuff up and things like that. But with this situation, I was like, Lord have mercy, what is really going on? And it just seems like David is just basically controls Tamar, and Tamar's trying to live up to what she thinks he wants her to be, not actually being happy with him. Only way she's happy is he is happy, and that's a problem too as well, because it's like he's not worried about her happiness. It's all based on what David believes, what David thinks, what David wants, what David family wants. This show ain't about you, David. We don't know nothing about you, and we don't want nothing to know anything about you. We want to know about Tamar. We want to see Tamar get her life back, get her career back, start singing and everything else like that, and you know, just be healthy. Hey, Miss T, what's going on? But, you know, with David, this situation with David is just way too much. And the way he was questioning Goldie, I was like, oh shit. But, you know, if it wasn't David, if it was a different person talking to Goldie, it might have would have been a lot different. But David is not open-minded. David is set in his ways, and that's saying he's that type of person. And he doesn't care whether it affects Tamar, whether the work that she's doing is helping her, and he knows that it's helping her, but since it's not of God or not what he think it should be, then it's a problem. It's a situation with that. So it's just like crazy with David. David's doing way too much. Let me tell you, he's doing way too much. And he was like, basically, where does the source come from? Where does the power come from? And Goldie is trying to explain to him that it comes from within. It comes from within yourself. Like, she dissects the dreams. She helps Tamar figure out her dreams. She helped Tamar understand her dreams. And there's a lot of different things that people do to work on dream and analogies and things and analyzing dreams too as well to actually help you, because sometimes dreams give you information, sometimes dreams give you invention, sometimes dreams that let you know when someone's sick, sometimes dream will let you know a lot of different things too as well, and that's what Goldie's doing. But when Goldie said that she helps Tamar interpretate the dream, oh no, David was like, so you help her interpretate the dream, so she's getting it from you? And Goldie's like, well, I'm asking her questions, and he goes, as an attorney and the legal system, you ask questions and you ask leading questions. So basically David is saying that Goldie is trying to take over Tamar's brain and trying to take over her mind and basically have control over Tamar, and David don't want nobody else having control over Tamar but him, point blank. But Goldie's not trying to have control over Tamar. What she's trying to do is help Tamar figure out a lot of things and answer a lot of questions and have inner peace and actually get rid of a lot of the PTSD that she has, and forgiveness, and working on her family. And sometimes you have to go outside because she's been in church for so long. She knows the pastor. She got a father as a pastor. She knows the church. She knows everything. But that is not what she's seeking. She's seeking some type of inner help, some inner peace, which comes from her, which is from God, because if God lives in you, God is in her. So the source of the power to me is coming from God, basically. But once you have someone that helps you analyze your dream, sometimes their interpretation can interfere with your interpretation. Like I told you, the interpretation of the dream was all about David burning bridges with Tamar, David leading Tamar off the bridge as the Tyler Perry situation. So David is feeling a certain type of way about this situation. And basically he's saying, so you asking leading questions? So you interpreting the dream? I thought she was interpreting the dream. So basically David started to question her like as if Tamar was being questioned by Goldie, actually basically showing the example how, leading questions can lead you down this road. And basically David was like, yo, listen, is analyzing a dream and all this other good stuff, the dream work and blah in the third, could you show me where that's in the Bible? Because if it's not in the Bible, then it's not of God, and I don't believe in it. I was like, David got Dr. Sleep off her game tonight. Oh, yes, she did. I was just like, Lord have mercy. I mean, the situation just was like, damn, he stumped her. And basically she was all like, she like lost her shit. And that's a situation where Goldie, we can't have you out here losing your shit like that. Goldie thought that she was in. She thought she was clicked in with Tamar. She thought it was all good with the situation. It wasn't going to be no problem. And David came along and that was it. And she don't know how to deal with rejection. And she doesn't know how to deal with people that, that are closed-minded. And that's the situation. She goes, well, I know a book that has, that has something to do with the Bible and analyze and blah. He was like, what's the name of the book? I was like, Goldie, the next day you seen David, you should have had that book. And so Goldie's feeling a certain type of way. She's like, damn, this man done just shitted all over me. He was like, I'm from Africa and I seen goats, I seen rituals, I seen everything. So therefore, I don't know what you doing over here with Tamar. That's a problem. That's a situation. Goldie was like, it's not like that. I don't do voodoo. I don't do this. I don't do that. And David is not trying to hear it. He gets up and he walks away. And then Goldie basically was like, well, Tamar's on a stage twerking. Is that of God? She should have said, you're cohabitating together and you guys are fornicating and having sex before you're married. So is that of God, David? So how can one be worse than the other? But I think David's trying to make the point that letting Goldie in, you're letting somebody that could be able to control your mind, and you depended on them like Tamar is dependent on David and been dependent on David. But now she done woke up and she done seen like Tamar, run as far as you can. Please don't turn around. Please don't go back. Please don't look at him. Please keep it moving, because he is about himself. He loves these cameras. He loves to be seen. He loves to put his thoughts and his experience and what he believes on everybody else, but nobody else can do that to him. So basically he just dumps his trash on people, and they're not allowed to dump their trash too as well. He's not a give and take person. Like, it's just his way or no way. So once he has a complaint, Tamar needs to answer that complaint and not give no explanation. She needs to answer why, sorry, and keep it moving. And David is basically like a control freak. We find out he's 50 something years old. He has no kids. He's never been married. And there's a reason for that. He might be out here trying to act like his family is better. His family's this, his family's that, blah, thing, the third. And he's just so great and so wonderful. And he don't want to put his family, jeopardize him on this show. Then why are you on this show? If you don't want your reputation to be jeopardized, then why are you on this show? Why are you even here, David? That's the big question, because you want fame. You want fame. It's not the money that he wants. He wants the fame. He wants the people to be able to recognize him. And, he's doing way too much. The way he treated Goldie is a glimpse of how he treats Tamar. And the way he treats Tamar is basically making it seem like he is perfect. He has no, he has no flaws at all. And Tamar has all the flaws, and he's working with her and he's being patient with her. But if she keeps it up, he's going to dangle his heart somewhere else. And so Tamar has become dependent on him. So that's why she got him on the show running the shit over there talking to Mona, got his family talking to Mona and everything else like that. Like, this is your business. You can't go into his job and talk to his clients and tell his clients what to do or how to run or for him how to run his business. Only way he'll bring your face around if he wants to get some celebrity clients, or maybe one of his clients want to meet you, or maybe it'd be a good look to bring Tamar to a business meeting because she's known. And but other than that, David's a mess. So, Goldie tries to go over there and talk to David and basically say Tamar twerking and doing all this on stage, that ain't in the Bible. And David's like, one second, I'm busy right now. And then she runs over there and tries to tell Tamar, and Tamar knows what's going on. She knows David ain't gonna listen. She knows David only wanted his way or the highway, and that's just gonna be the situation. She feels sorry for Goldie, but right now she don't want to have them problems with David. She don't want to argue with him, because it seems like this whole show has really brought out the worst in their relationship. And also, she's probably seeing another side of David that she hasn't seen before, and he's actually seeing Tamar's professional part, and Tamar actually working on her own and doing this by herself, and he's in a mix, and he's thinking that he got a meal ticket as far as having press, being famous, people recognizing him, because he already got the money. Hey, what's going on, Norris, Tony? How you doing? And so, you got that situation. And then Tamar, she gets upset. She don't know what to do now. Now she's stressed out, because now she got the lady that's supposed to be her counselor, the lady that's supposed to be the dream work and help her do all these exercises and work on her PTSD, work on her depression, work on all that other stuff, is basically being torn down by David. David basically is accusing her work of being voodooish, accusing her of being a witch, and Tamar don't want to jump in. So as you see, Tamar is not the type of person that likes to deal with conflict. She likes to deal with quick conflict where she can cuss you out, read you real quick, and keep it moving. But she clearly sees that there's a problem between David and Goldie, but she can't rectify the situation because David is not going to be in agreement, but she has to find a way to bring them together and talk. But Tamar's avoiding the situation, just like she avoided the situation when it comes to Vince, whether Vince can come in her house or not when she's not there, or come in the house when he drops off Logan, knowing that is a problem for David. So that's a situation, for David, or whatever the case may be. And so she don't want to deal with that situation. So it seems like Tamar doesn't want to deal with people that are in conflict, and basically when it involves her, she'd rather for them to hash it out, and when at the end of the day that can explode and people don't think that the people that she wants to hash it out between each other, might just explode, but she don't want nothing to do with the situation. So she has to be willing and able to deal with conflict and address situation and deal with the hard emotions. And that's not only with David, that's not only with Goldie, but that's with her sisters too as well. The relationship, they're able to just handle it. This is how I feel. Tamar likes to run, and Tamar has avoidance issues, in which we all seen how she avoids singing, how she makes people just sit around and wait because she's avoiding the task that she wants to do. And in the meantime, she's gonna waste your time at the same damn time, and that's a problem. And over here, the producer Mike, he don't know what to do, because Goldie is basically trying to put on a pink robe to hide that she don't wear all black, and it's all because of David. That all the filming and the and the problems is because of David. And the next episode, David's supposed to go off. Tamar goes downstairs. She's going off because David's upset. And every time that she shuts down and she gets mad, it has to do with David, or she's actually having a breakthrough. She had a couple of breakthroughs with Goldie, and it actually worked where she felt comfortable being on stage, handling the business, because she has a lot of pressure. She has a lot of things that are going on in her mind, baby. But she was downstairs, yelling and screaming, everybody get the hell out. So this is where we see the stories that hit the blogs that David is the one that felt uncomfortable because of the filming and the way that he looks, and he's gonna go off and he's gonna act up. David doesn't belong on TV. Facts, Tony. David needs to have several seats. He needs to have plenty more seats, let me tell you. Lord have mercy. So Tamar is getting ready to throw David a nice little party. Blase the third. She's going to be looking good for his birthday party. But she also wants to cover up and look presentable to his family too as well. And she also lets us know that she manifests, marriage by buying fake rings and putting it on her finger. And just basically leaving the idea to David, like, this is the type of ring I want, and she wants to be married again. But we also heard her tell, Mona Scott, that she really don't want to get married. So we get Tamar, she gets up there with Todrick, and they're going to perform. And Todrick is doing it. He is doing it big. That concert hall that he was in, he paid for the production, everything. Like, he doesn't have a label. He doesn't have a producer. He doesn't have a manager. He doesn't have anybody that a label will pay for to help him. He got his own people handling his own business. That means he put out the money and he receives the money too as well. And Todrick just loves him some Tamar too as well. So I was like, that was cute. Tamar was like, you never know how ghetto you are until you go to somebody else's production. I was like, Lord have mercy, what's going on with that situation? And look at David. David just can't wait. He's all up in the cameras, but also he didn't dance to Todrick's music, and he act like he didn't really want to hear Todrick's music. And I don't know if it's because Todrick is gay, if that's the problem. A lot of people do like Todrick. Some people call him a colorist. Some people say all different types of things about him. But if we talk about Tamar, outfits for the two concerts we seen her perform, her outfits are very childish, very kiddish. They have a cheap looking factor, even though I know her outfits, I can't afford neither one of them. You know what I mean? But it just her wigs, her look, it's just like they be throwing her ass together and throwing her right on the stage. And see, this is David, basically what the camera's shown, because there's so much editing going on, but it is what it is. I was just like, And Goldie and David has not talked this whole time. And David's always there for the concerts. He's there for the shows. He's there to be in the room, even though he's supposed to be there to support her too as well. But when shit is getting hard, when shit is deep, when she needs to be working on her singing, and even with the dream work, he ain't around. But he's there for the fame. He's there for the glory. He's there for the concert. He's there for the pictures. He's there for being around the celebrity people. I'm surprised if he's not handing out his Instagram and shit like that. What's going on, Thick Girl 47? What's going on with you? That red paper cup dress is ugly. I don't like her outfit for the concert. I wish she would have done something different. Thick Girl 40. Hey, Mary Jane and the Peep Squad. Hey, what's going on? So, you got this situation. Oh, God. Thick Girl 47. I read your comments about the last video I did. Lord have mercy. You crazy. You in them comments wildin'. I had a chuckle. And so with this situation, David is acting like, he doesn't want, it's a form of punishment. He's grabbing Tamar. He's showing that Tamar is his property. I'm with Tamar. I'm the man in charge. I'll cut all this shit off. I'll get these cameras out of here, because damn well David is the one that told Tamar to get a doctor's note and basically get all the people out your house when she was filming, because David is a lawyer. So he knows what to do. So right now he's like avoiding, Goldie and pushing her off to the side and making her feel like something's wrong with her, like she shouldn't be here and she needs to appease him, and he's over there sticking to Tamar when Goldie is supposed to be doing work with Tamar, because he's not there watching her break down. He's not there watching her not do the shit that she's supposed to do when it comes to recording and working on the music. He's only around for the shows, the concerts, the people, the pictures, and all that other crap. Hey, what's up, grown folks relationship? So, it is what it is. I was just like, Lord have mercy. So but the way that he's treating Goldie is how he would treat Tamar too as well. And the way that he's isolating her and putting her on the side like that, I believe he does that with Tamar too as well, when it comes to what he wants her to do and have her submit and be obedient to him too as well, because he's not going to give in to Tamar. Tamar has to give in with him. He's not the type of person that wants to work on compromise. And that's the problem. If David worked on compromise, they will have a better relationship. And if he really trusts in God and he was really a Christian of God, he would know no weapon formed against him or Tamar will prosper. And Goldie ain't nobody. Goldie don't got no power here, because he's supposed to be full with the blood of Jesus, the armor of God, where therefore his faith and his strength and how faithful of a Christian he is should give him that power where he can cast Goldie away and Goldie can't do nothing to him. But it's like, but what are you doing? There's so many people that you're going to come around that have all types of, different things going on. But with David, the problem is the control, and the control he wants on the show, the control he wants for Tamar. But what he's saying about Goldie is not bad, because you can't let everybody in. You have to know who you are, first of all, and you have to be spiritually aware too as well when you're dealing with people, dealing with self-conscious, and dealing, with the inner peace of yourself. You have to really make sure you're with somebody that is of God and somebody that really has your best interest, because the work that Goldie is doing for Tamar, that's real work. That's some real shit. People invent, so many different things through dreams. People save other people's life through dreams. You know what I mean? Through your dreams can answer a lot of questions. You know what I mean? That your dreams can help you with that inner peace to answer questions that you probably wanted answers to since you were 6 years old. And then also working on the healing process is really good, but you have to be with the right people to get the right help, or whatever the case may be. But with Tamar's state and her having these mental bats, she really needs somebody that is strong enough, that is real. Someone that can really help her, someone that she can seek out for help, because she does need help, straight up and down. She does. She needs all the help in the world, for real, for real. Like I was saying, this outfits that Tamar wearing on stage, I don't know what's going on with these outfits. These outfits are just way too much. My power of God is real, but don't want to purposely engage with evil. Avoid it to press. Yeah, but when it comes to Goldie, she's not engaging in evil. What you're doing is looking into yourself for the answers, so you can seek out the answers within you instead of seeking out answers everywhere else. And if God lives in you and you believe in God and you're a Christian, the answers is coming from God, the God in you. Exactly. God will send the right people your way. You know what I'm saying? And then if you have that much faith and that much belief in God, no one you should be afraid or fear. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate that, Maya. Okay, she's a part of Scientologists, but if the process works for Tamar, it's a good thing. It's just not for everyone. No, it's not for everyone. I don't know if she's a part of the Scientologist community or whatever. Don't let me start talking about the Scientologist people. Lord have mercy. Don't get me into that. So Goldie's trying to have a conversation. Goldie is awkward. Goldie's kind of weird, and Goldie needs acceptance. When someone doesn't accept her, it's hard for her to understand that someone's not accepting of her and don't like her and don't want her around. And she's getting that from David. She's picking up that energy. But if she was truly confident in what she has, she would not let David get to her. She would not let David get to her. But, part of this stuff is editing. Part of this stuff is, TV too as well. But it just seems like it just seems like the last 2 episodes, Goldie was just breaking down. Like, you supposed to be over here helping me, not breaking down, baby girl. You need to get it right with David. Say, David, this is what we gonna do. Then David was supposed to sit down with Tamar and Goldie to basically see the work in her process. Then David totally avoided the issue. Tamar ran down the stairs and started screaming. So it's a lot of discontent in the relationship between David and Tamar. They are very opposite of each other, and sometimes opposites do attract, but with this relationship, it's not a good fix. So Goldie's talking about, Todrick, oh my God, for real, because Tamar's like, oh my God, he paid for everything. She was like, he had to have some help. She couldn't believe it. She's shocked to see that Todrick paid for this big space, and Tamar has a dressing room, like he did this all on his own. She's amazing. She's shocked. She's like, that must have cost a lot of money. And she goes, Tamar, you can have that stage, and Tamar, you can have the stage, the money. And then David jumps in, talking, well, what are you talking about money? Let's stop talking about money. And then Tamar said, yep, that coming from a rich man, it's coming from my baby. So it's just like one of them situations where Tamar, you can just see that Tamar was not fit for this relationship. Point blank, period. She wasn't. Hey, Sky Noonan, what's going on? Dr. Sleep is a Scientologist. I don't know. I would have to look that up to find out if she is a Scientologist. And so David is just like, basically like, homegirl, you need to bounce. You need to move forward. You need to keep it moving. He don't want to hear it. And basically he's hearing her talking about money, and he's not feeling it. He's not feeling that at all. David's not feeling it, but David's up in there looking like a young OG in the building. He got on his young glasses. He got on his cut off skinny jeans. He's out here living it up with Tamar on camera with the glasses. He looking like he related to Michael Jackson, chilling, baby. Lord have mercy, what is going on with this situation? And so Goldie, she sits down, she has a conversation with Tamar. Mind you, Tamar sat over there, had lunch, had drinks, and then also, have you guys picked up that Tamar mentions alcohol a lot? And this shit, it seems like Tamar drinks a lot. The way that she's talking about drinking, it's like, somebody mentioned drinking as much as she do. It makes you think that she might have a drinking problem. And if she does, or if she drinks a lot, she needs to calm down, because that's going to mess up your voice, baby. So Goldie's sitting down trying to have a conversation, with Tamar. Tamar was like, what, it's totally my fault. I let David in. I shouldn't have let him in like that. I gave him control over the situation, and blase and the third. And, Goldie's like, yo, listen, I know that's coming from David. That sounds like David made you feel like it was your fault, so now you're blaming yourself. Tamar just wanted anything possible that she can do to calm down Goldie, because it's now like Tamar has taken the position of power in this relationship. It's not like she took the position of power, but Tamar was seeking guidance and help from Goldie, and now she gotta, help Goldie out. And that's kind of like a give and take relationship. You give and you receive. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool or whatever. But, Tamar was just like, let me just get through this shit. Let me just help this lady out. She was like, listen, we're going to continue the process. I got your back. I love you, Goldie. You're my Goldie. Goldie's still confused. She's still lost. She don't understand why David don't accept her. She don't understand why David's putting the Bible up in her face. Tamar had to tell her, I'm a preacher's kid. I done grew up in the church, and I'm here for religion. I'm here for all this stuff. I was just like, hey, Hickerson, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, Camilla. I'm just like, But the next episode's supposed to be back, supposed to, get more into the situation with David. But I'm just like, it just really just seems like Tamar and David relationship is predicated on Tamar, following everything he says and does, and what he thinks is wrong, she changed immediately. But I don't think that he changed immediately for her. I think that the things that he might change for her is probably their intimacy. Like if she wants something different, intimate with David, then maybe he'll give in. But he's basically doesn't feel like he has any wrong. He does anything wrong, and basically that he's perfect. He's God gift to her, and so therefore she should cherish him and and put him on the pedestal when he don't deserve to be on the pedestal, because he's not doing anything to be on the pedestal. Basically, he's just a ball of confusion and drama. Like, he's making it hectic for this woman to do her job. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know if you're going to be around in her life forever. So why are you over here messing up her relationships and basically trying to get her to do all this stuff to make sure you look good on TV? Because you guys know Tamar took to Twitter to let us know that, you know what, she was being manipulated by David, and then he tried to blame her for everything that was wrong that happened, and he wanted her to fix it, and she said she ain't fixing it. And then on top of that, she said sometimes you are the last people to know that you're in a bad relationship. And this is what Tamar Braxton said about David. So that's that situation. So she goes in. So if anybody want to call in, let me know, because if not, you know, it was one of these episodes where, you know, it was a filler episode, but you got to see where David was coming from. The way that David was questioning her is not a wrong way, and I understand where David is coming from, because, you know, you don't want to let anybody into your psyche or into your life like that, and into your spirit like that, and into your soul like that don't mean you know good, because you don't know what they can possibly do with it. But if you have the presence of God, if you always have the presence of God, if you've been baptized, raised, and delivered, you know, you can block all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that, if you believe in God, there's nothing anybody that can do to hurt you. It's when you have that doubt, it's when you have that fear that things can be let in. And as you see, Tamar's okay with Goldie, because Tamar is getting Goldie together. So it's basically a give and take type of relationship. Tamar trying to get Goldie together, making her feel better, and also being able to accept some people just are not going to be here for you. And Tamar needed to encourage Goldie and give Goldie that support, and Goldie needed to be there to help Tamar to get on stage and perform. So it is what it is with that situation. I was like, Lord have mercy. It's not a good relationship. They were not good for each other, because without the show helped them figure out quickly that they ain't for each other. Because if Tamar's gonna continue to be on TV, that's not even a question. The problem is David going to be able to handle all this? And evidently not, because David's acting like he's, you know, Tamar's power attorney, getting on Instagram, getting with TMZ, getting with the blast, speaking for her and shit like that. Like, nobody want to hear what that freak you got to say. We want to hear from the sisters. We want to hear what the sister got to say. We want to hear what the mother got to say. We want to hear from somebody other than you, because you're tied into the situation as far as, you know, the WeTV and trying to get out of the contract. And Tamar did exactly everything she possibly could do to get out that contract. And she's supposedly out of the WeTV contract, but since David gone, I believe that she is probably going to continue to do business with them. The Braxton is coming on, you know, this month, next month, and Tamar's going to be on that. So, I'm just like, oh, Lord have mercy. The shit done got out of control. It done got out of control. David might lose some clients. Yeah, he don't look right. He don't look right. But, you know, if Goldie is a Scientologist, you know, is she gonna try to get Tamar to become a Scientologist? Because usually that's what they're supposed to do. So I gotta find out if Goldie is a Scientologist. She's an actress as well. Goldie is very weird. It's not David, it's Goldie. Look her up. It's a day, but you know, when it comes to David's not good for Tamar. David is good for a woman that needs a man to take care of them and dependent on him, and basically, you know, is a stay-at-home person, and basically lift him up, wash his feet when he comes home, and basically, you know, read the Bible with him and all that other stuff. Like, you know, something that's not idea. You know, David wants this perfect woman, but he can't have the perfect woman when he ain't the perfect man. You know, he has flaws, but he doesn't think he has flaws. He thinks everything that he does is golden and it's right, and it's not. He thinks the way that he acts is right, and it's not. But he's not bad have when it comes to Goldie, but the way you see how he treats Goldie and how he can isolate her and push her away, make her feel like she's not a part of it, and he has the strings to pull Tamar away and cut everything out. He may use that same tactic with Tamar, basically saying, Tamar, you need to do this, you need to do that. I can't do this. This is against my religion. This is against my culture because I'm African, and African said this and African said that, and my African mother, my African father, my African family said this. So therefore, Tamar, you either do it or I'm leaving. And then probably getting conversations with his family members around Tamar, making Tamar feel like, oh, there's something wrong with her. Just like Goldie feels like there's something wrong with her, I guarantee you he used the same tactics on Tamar to make Tamar feel like there's something wrong with her, and he is the savior. If anything, he think he good. David got her out this show. But she and she didn't have a problem with the show because she said it. She got on there and she said he manipulated me. He did wrong. He messed up and he wanted me to fix it. And she goes, I ain't fixing it. They do you wrong and they call you to fix things. Because David didn't like how things were filmed on the show and how he looked, what he gave them. Even though we know WeTV is very shady. Very, very shady. But basically Tamar had called him out on a situation to say he manipulated me, baby. I was the last one to find out that he wasn't here for me when he took her son and basically, post him on Instagram without her permission, number one. Then number two, he's speaking to the blogs like they married. You know what I mean? Like her family should do that, not you, David. You guys ain't even engaged. Allegedly, you guys were supposed to be engaged. Then I was saying that you guys never was engaged. So it is what it is with that situation. But Lord have mercy. I'm like, the way listen, when we say, you see certain women that are in their 30s, that are, almost in their 40s and they don't have kids and never been married, sometimes there's a reason. Sometimes there's a reason for that. Maybe they don't want to have kids, and it could be a reason why they don't want to have kids because maybe they raised kids. Or maybe they was godmother to this one and that one, or maybe their childhood was terrible, or maybe it's so many different things, but there's always a reason why, and same thing with David. There's a reason why. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you're the wrong person, but there are some things that have blocked you in that area. So David has been blocked in that area, and why? We see. I don't want to see David on my TV screen. Lord have mercy. My family is from Africa, and David reminds me of a lot of the old-fashioned African men believe that they are to be served like... I tell you, I was on point with that shit. You can see it. Especially, he's Nigerian too as well. Like when you serve certain cultures or tribes that are Nigerian, you got to serve them with a certain hand. Like, and you have the kneel when you give them their food and shit like that. There's a whole lot of things that you do have to do, But if Goldie's a part of Scientologists, she needs to go away. She's not the person you want on your team. She is not the person you want on your team at all. You always tell it like it is. Oh, thank you, Hickerson. That's what I see. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I see. And sometimes I try not to be, and sometimes I question a lot of things. And that's why I look to the comment section to see what you guys thinking, because we all give a perspective on what's going on. Hey, Nicki Minaj. Hey, what's going on? Nicki Minaj had the baby. I guess that it was a girl. I don't really hope it's a girl. I don't know. But I guess it was a girl. I don't know what you guys want to guess what Nicki Minaj, the sex of her baby is, because she done gave birth. I guess that it was a girl. Goldie doesn't belong on TV. I don't think so either, Tony. Lancy TV, what's up? What's going on? Goldie needs help herself. Yeah, she needs help. If she's a Scientologist, she needs all type of help. But see, then again, there go me judging Scientologists. But I watched a lot of shit about Scientologists. You know what I mean? All types of documentaries and things like that. People that was formerly of Scientology, and the things that they went through, and the things like clear documentation of Scientologists and a lot what people went through. You know, go to the ID channel and go to cults, and Scientologist comes up in that situation. And Goldie can't harm Tamar. Tamar can have Goldie change her whole mind, her whole thoughts. Camilla, hey girl, I thought Goldie said no drink. Oh yeah, she said no drinking, none of that. That shit went out the window. She was over there drinking. Yeah, Tom Cruise. Yep, Cross. Tom Cruise too as well. Yep. Lonnie Love said that Nikki gave birth to a girl. Yeah, she said that, but she also deleted it and said that she was wrong, that she heard it from somewhere and it was wrong. So she deleted the tweet and then she reposted that. I don't know what the sex of her baby is. So that's what Lonnie Love said, that she heard it somewhere. She might have heard me say that I think Nicki Minaj is she had a girl. Who knows where she heard it from? So she went on Twitter and she quickly deleted the tweet because that little situation went viral for a good like 10 minutes. And then come to find out, she said she was wrong. Correction, that is why Wendy from Real Housewives of Potomac is going through it with her Nigerians in-law. It also explains a lot of her issues, cultures, and differences are real. Yes, it is. It is, but David is not the type. There's plenty of Nigerian, Liberian men that date American black women and don't have this type of problem because David is a different type of species. He's just really... He's off his rockers. David don't look sane. David looks crazy. David looks like he has multiple personalities. Like, if you want to get real, go all the way. David looks like he's touched in the head. David looks like he doesn't have a touch of reality, but he can get along and play the game because he was taught to play the game and basically, get the education, get the knowledge, get the book sense, but the common sense and people skills and social skills, David don't have. And actually having debate and actually having conversations and basically bouncing ideas from one person to another person, that David feels is not on his level, then he doesn't take what you say into stride. He's not taking anything that Tamar says into stride because he feels Tamar is beneath him. He thinks he is better. And of course, he was in the circles at Harvard University. So in order for David to probably listen to somebody, you got to be a Harvard graduate for David to even take you serious. Other than that, what you saying to him don't mean shit. If you want to get 100, David don't look right. David looks like there's something going on him inside that is turmoil, and it looks really bad. And he looks like, if anything about talking about God and everything else, he needs to go down to the nearest church and get a Holy Ghost bath and jump and get baptized or something else, because clearly there's some shit wrong with David. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his eyes. You can just see it. And Tamar was captivated by him because he had control over her, and he used his energy to control her energy, and Goldie came in and was interfering with that energy, in my opinion. So I'm just like, don't let me... That man look weird. You see that man walking down the street, you gonna be like, oh shit, please don't ask me for... David does not look... David just really looks like something's really wrong with him. And only way to find out is to ask his girlfriends. He's 52, no kids, ain't never been married. And he's rich. And he's been rich a long time. And he went to an Ivy League college. There's something going on over there that ain't right. You got two ain't right spirits that mixed up together. That's Tamar and David, and the shit went kaboodle. And thank God Tamar got out, and thank God everything went down like the way it happened, and nobody got hurt, and nobody's in jail, and they're all still here, because there's a lot of codependence. But is Tamar codependent on David, and David codependence is having Tamar dependent on him. So now having all these people bouncing these ideas and empowering Tamar, because what did Mona Scott say to Tamar? She said to Tamar, this is your shit. This is your team. This is your production team. You run this shit. This is yours. And that's empowering to Tamar, which takes a little bit away David's power, because she's been mute for a minute, unless she's next to David, and David done came in, her family's not around, and basically he's all macho, he's all man, and he gonna save her life because she needs to be saved, and then he needs to save his life. I am glad reality TV helped expose another terrible relationship, Lord, because they were faking it. Lord have mercy. Hey, Witch Hazel, what's going on? I did not like how he ignored and dismissed Tamar when she was trying to put Logan to bed. Yeah, that's what he does. You better talk it shit tonight, Mary Jane. Thank you so much, Stick Girl 40. Witch Hazel, I did not know how he ignored and dismissed Tamar when she was trying to put. I know. Okay, I read that twice. Yeah. David acts like Trump, always over talking another person and not listening to them. David needs to eat a good meal. Lord have mercy, Norris Tony. I'm just like, Lord, let me tell you, that man ain't good. And Goldie need to go get some help. She needs some counseling. She needs to go to the nearest psychiatrist and get some help. And especially if she's in Scientology, she needs to be set free. And Tamar was probably going to set her free. Tamar started singing that Holy Ghost. She started singing that church music. She started praising Lord. Goldie will be a Christian tomorrow. That's the power Tamar has. But she don't believe in her power, so therefore everybody comes in and take her power and put her power under control. Now once Tamar get that power back, that'll be crazy. She'll be unstoppable, but she also have to treat people well. That is her family member. She has to take some blame, and she has to have forgiveness. All she needs, all her sisters need to get in line for the next miracle, because their family can be saved and healed just like our families can be saved and healed. Lord have mercy. So in this conversation, Tamar did make a point to say that she has let people control her, take her power. She have let people make decisions for her, block her in certain decisions when it came to her business and her life. And she said she's not going to do that. And it seems like this shit done came through. It came to fruition. You know, the dreams that Tamar told Goldie, and Goldie translated them dreams. Them were David. She was dreaming of David cheating. And David found out David had another woman. She was dreaming of David being deceitful with his family. She was dreaming of David driving her down the bridge off into, that was her. That's why understanding your dreams is very important, because your dreams can help you in your future and could save your life. Let me tell you, dreams do work. There's this guy that dreamed of 2 different, herbs to put together. And he dreamed of these herbs, and these herbs are not grown in the United States. He got these herbs and he was able to heal so many different people. And he dreamed this. And it's just that this is work that Tamar can do, but she might need a better person than Goldie. Tamar needs to let go. She needs to release all the anger. She needs to forgive her family. She needs to forgive a whole lot of people and move forward, but she needs to fix that relationship with her family first. People say the relationship is fixed. The relationship ain't fixed. You know what I mean? People, let me not even go into that shit. So with you guys, she needs to stop being a brat and take accountability of her bad choices and behavior, straight up and down, and not where the dream work comes in and working on you and actually standing in your shit and accepting who you are and accepting what you need to change, but also accepting that you have a problem. Goldie looks sick. Goldie and David, they both do. If you want to be honest, Tamar looks like Little Kim. Lord have mercy. Y'all, he could say he likes a bad drug. I don't think Tamar knows how to be complete control of her own, and that's the thing. It's all once she has to stop depending on people, and she probably needed the support of David, but she should have made it clear what type of role he was going to play. But if she did try to make it clear, David wasn't going to hear what she had to say. She already told us she can't tell David what to do. She can't change his mind. Tamar has been like that since the Braxton family value. She can actually get there, because she's seeing these lows. These lows are for real that she's going through. These lows are real. I mean, like, it's real. These lows ain't no joke. The man that you was with for them years done went down to police station and try to put charges on you, put a restraining order on you. Hey, Libra, how you doing? Libra, what's going on? How you doing? What's up, my peeps? What's up, baby? Goldie is sick and tired of David. Goldie is fed up. Like, and then I would be fed up with Tamar. Tamar sat there and made that lady sit in that restaurant and wait for her. After she ate, she had drinks and everything else like that. Goldie's patient. I would have been like, see ya, but Goldie need a job too. And like y'all said, Goldie is an actress too. She did say on the show that she was an actress. We doing way too much. There's so much shit going on. Did you guys see all the shit that went down with NeNe Leakes and on Miss Medina? Did you guys check that shit out? I was like, Lord, I told NeNe not to respond. I told her not to respond because Medina, this is what Medina needs. This is gonna help Growing Up Hip Hop New York come back on TV. Cause supposedly on Growing Up Hip Hop New York, we might see Sam and Egypt on Growing Up Hip Hop New York. You know what I mean? So they're trying to get that shit back in the works. We'll see what happens. But I told NeNe, I said, ignore it. She did the thing with her pocketbook and everything else like that. And what did Medina do? Medina done came out here and just went crazy with Tasha K. I mean, they dragged NeNe so bad. I felt bad the way that they dragged NeNe. They dragged Miss NeNe, baby. I hope, I don't know if NeNe's gonna respond. If she responds to the situation, she better be ready to respond all the time. NeNe needs to get her crew. NeNe's out here on these YouTube streets. She needs to get a crew together. She needs to get a crew that gonna have her back. Medina was scared of Flavor of Love's daughter. Yeah. Designer. I think her name was Designer. She got into it with everybody. Did you hear Medina last night? She was like, people don't judge me because of Growing Up Hip Hop. Medina, we know who you be out here. Because I went down a list about Medina and all her beefs on Growing Up Hip Hop. Ja Rule, Irv Gotti left the show because of Medina, and Charlie Baltimore was trying to get them hands with Medina, and Medina was ready to go too as well. So the shit went crazy. Hey, what's incognito news? What's going on with you, baby? So we're getting another check. I hope so. They're playing games. They're playing games with the check. They're playing games. Tamar does not respect other people's time. Not whatsoever. Because she's avoiding things. She wanted to avoid that conversation. She wanted Goldie to handle that situation with David. She didn't want a part of it. Just like she didn't want a part of the situation with handling the situation between Vince and David. Tamar is always late. No, she's not just late. She's filthy late. She really don't have no respect for nobody's time whatsoever. Remember that song from the Braxtons? So y'all didn't tell me y'all guess. Do you guys think Nicki Minaj had a boy or a girl? Which is your guess? And we'll talk about it. Which is your guess? Nicki had a boy or a girl? Yeah. So, yeah, I was all talking and shit, and I was having a conversation with myself, y'all. Yeah, Lonnie Love basically, went to Twitter and said that Nicki had a girl, and then she deleted and said that she don't really know. She thought she heard it from somewhere, but, maybe she did spill the beans. Tony Norris did mention that Lonnie Love did spill the beans, but then she said that it's a correction, so we'll see. So we'll see. To find out more about the bill passing, everyone should Google it. NeNe has told a lot of lies. Can't keep track of them all. But that NeNe was trying to have a girls trip, a hot girl summer. And boy, did that shit come back and bite her in the ass if it's true. I was like, Lord, what did somebody say? Somebody said that I'm not shocked and surprised about the story with NeNe. I'm just shocked she pulled French Montana. So incognito, maybe she did. Tony, maybe she did. Maybe she's cleaning it up. Maybe it is a girl. Maybe Lonnie Love is the plug when it comes to Nicki Minaj. She is the plug. I would think she would have somebody else spill the beans, but I guess Lonnie's the best person to do it. No, I hit the mute button by accident. And I was talking to y'all. Tony, are you talking about the reparation bill that passed in California? That's what Miss T said. NeNe says she has an open marriage. She did say that, but then she kind of said, "Not what, Bryzilla?" I don't know. Bryzilla. But so I watched a little clip of Bryzilla because, it comes on at the end. It was kind of, I was like, oh, they got some good cast on. French must have been drunk. Oh, you are wrong for that. I'm Rick Ross. But what Medina was describing about, NeNe Leakes, that's the same thing that Tony said about Wendy. It was funny. French is for the streets. He's definitely community. I think it's a girl because in the video, Nicki Minaj ate a pink cotton candy and she said she did not want the blue. Braxton family values coming back. Yes, it is. It is coming back. I think this month or next month. French definitely gets around. Oh, he don't play around. He don't discriminate. And then she tried. What about when, Medina said that NeNe Leakes is a part of the LGBT community. Like NeNe, she said, I bet my life on it. I bet my bottom line. I was like, girl. So she's calling out NeNe, saying that NeNe is part of the LGBT community. I was like, Lord. They're going in. They were going in. Then Botched and Bryzilla couldn't be my friends because I would have whooped some. I'm telling you, the info about the stimulus bill is on Google and Yahoo.com. Bryzilla is nuts. It is. Like, Lord have mercy. All right, my peeps, my peoples. There's no phone calls. Let's call it a night. And then I think we're going to go live Saturday, I believe. Saturday and Sunday. We'll see what happens because I still got to get that Tory Lanez album situation out too as well. Yeah, I heard that about Mary J. Blige. Poor Mary. Mary is getting dog walked in these streets, boy. Well, anybody on Jaguar's just dog walking people. I don't know what's the end game. I don't know if she just basically want to get the information out there so people could know. But yes, Jaguar has been out here wilding. She's been out here wilding. I'm like, Lord have mercy. And, she has the charisma and the things that she says and how she remembers details and dates and things like that. you know, and makes it even more believable. And a lot of people do believe her too as well. So when people believe you, most likely they're gonna try to quiet you. But what do you guys think about R. Kelly? You know what? Somebody said to me that they think that they're gonna try to take out R. Kelly, because you know R. Kelly's having these altercations and jail. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know, came after him. He had an incident, and R. Kelly is fearing for his life. And someone said that they don't think R. Kelly is gonna make it another 2 years. People are saying that they're trying to take R. Kelly out of here. That they're trying to have him depart from this earth. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's a lot of things that I'm hearing. That he's $30,000 a month. Yeah, poor Mary. I know. Kendall Isaac, and he's living with another woman in that house. Kendall Isaac, he did everything. Hey, what's up, Mo? He's in jail. I mean, what did he expect? Destroying black man's legacy. I think they're gonna put him in. I think that's what everybody's talking about. And this is coming from people that never talk about like R. Kelly. Hey, Latoya Roberts, what's going on, baby girl? So, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. Well, he's in jail. He's gonna go to trial, do whatever the case may be. But they're saying that they're trying to have him deport. I don't know if he knows some secrets. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're gonna do with his catalog, because R. Kelly got music from the 90s to the 2000s. Hey Mo, what's going on? How you doing, baby girl? That's what happens when you have people. Oh God, Lord have mercy. R. Kelly ruined many lives, including his own. Oh, that shit started from childhood, man. Some people just don't know. Childhoods will affect your adulthood for some people. Well, I didn't hear about the womb part, but the beat part, yeah. Hey, Petty Betty. I like that. Petty Betty. She talks for hours and hours, spill all types of tea, I know. Well, you know, maybe it might help somebody, and maybe it might protect somebody too as well. But like she has that she has that very influenced type of voice and type of, you know, tone, and that she can really sing to as well. And she reminds you of your auntie. And it's very, very entertaining too as well, because she talks so fast and so quick, and she remembers the dates, the times, the outfits, the colors, you know, what was on the wall. Yeah, Jaguar don't play. Yes, she did. She did that. I mean, you know, she ain't no joke. Like, she can captivate an audience. She can, when you're talking about gossip, you're talking about things that happen and you've been through it and you lived through it, and you talk about all these famous people, and it's just like, now you're telling all the secrets, you're telling this, you're telling that. It's just like, it's a what do you call it? People used to love blind items. It's like a blind item. Well, no one but us is taking her serious. The black community and the black women, you know, are taking her serious, because she has so much tea to spill. She should have a show right now, and she might get a show. She might get a show, but I don't know if that was sour relationships with people that she is talking about, because, you know, they want to keep that stuff in the dark. They want to keep that a secret. You know, they don't want, you know, people to know about what's going on. Jag is that chick that sits back, sees all, and says nothing, but when she speaks, she would know the truth. All right, guys, we've been in here for a minute. Thank you guys for coming through. I do appreciate it. One love to all my peeps and my peoples. Stay up, stay happy. Please like the video. Please share the video. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby.